dimensional disorientation. Here's the theme. Where are you positioned now, and how are you doing with it? Many are accessing new and higher states of being, and it can affect your sense of balance and normality. Old ways and things that no longer have the same pull or identification for you, which is really an ongoing ascension symptom, is quickening for more people now in tandem with the unraveling of the old outer world. But intense releases from your past can accompany this. And then feelings of invincibility or strong energy or great courage and new patterning can follow. So this is really, it's a classic ascension symptom. For those of us who've, been through our ascension journey we've been at this a long time. But more people are going through it than ever before. So more people will feel dimensionally disoriented. So where before the norm might have been a lower state of being, a lower way of being, and it wouldn't have felt low to us because it may have been at that point our evolution, Right now there is this literal splitting of the worlds energetically on Earth that is creating a sense of human disorientation, which is psychological and emotional in nature, but also energetically we have this dimensional disorientation as people are having more cosmic experiences, more energetic experiences, more intuitive experiences, and it can pull you around. And you can start to wonder, where is the gravity? Where is the middle? And usually, it's different for all of us, but usually there is a period of time where you feel a bit like you're not even really here. Or you're like, wow, I'm walking through my life like it's all normal, but I don't feel like I'm seeing things from the same vantage point as I was, or feeling things from the same vantage point as I was. And that disorientation is part of the process. During that too, you may have intense recall from your past, old memories, old experiences, flushing through your body, flooding through your body. And it might feel like regression, but usually it's a pocket of energy that we are going to, if you like, compost, and we're going to use that energy and we're going to bring it to new life force, but we often have to unpack, heal, or recall or revisit the moment that energy became compacted. So let's say you were very badly bullied and you no longer feel like you're bullied, and you've got yourself to a place in your life where you've worked on your self-esteem and all the things that bullying may have taken from you, or states that were lower that the bullying put you into. You might now be 55, very happy, living a good life, and all of a sudden this memory of the bullying comes through your body and it's intense. It's okay when that happens. It's our body and our energy field releasing something that at the time we either couldn't feel, couldn't release, or it wouldn't have been good for us to really be highly aware of it. But as it's about to rebirth, as we're about to let go of that old story, we often revisit the feeling. So that's what I mean by intense releases from the past can accompany this. And then feelings of invincibility or great courage or new patterning will follow. We often have to take a couple of steps back before we take 3 steps forward. It's not how it happens for everybody. We're all a bit different. But for many of us, and for the majority of people who are sensitive and tapped into their emotional selves, that can be part of the process. So, theme number 2 in the inner world. Telepathic intuition is increasing. Telepathic intuition is increasing. There is an increase, apparently, in people knowing and sensing each other. And it's happening now. So you may feel increasingly connected to the thoughts, feelings, and knowings of others. This is worldwide, and more people are experiencing it slowly but surely. Now, for many of us who have some intuitive wiring in us for a long time, this might not seem like it's going to make much of a change for you, but actually it will. Because it will, in a way, make your life easier. It will make that part of you that is very good at intuitively sensing the world and communicating in some ways, it will give you more people to have that resonance with. So the good news, if you're already intuitive, is it's going to make you feel a little less alone and a little more like you are part of a worldwide tribe. For those of you who have never been intuitive before, your biggest hurdle might be believing that it's happening. So the thing about intuition is test it. That's what I always advise. It's very good to test your intuition and to see if it's valid. So if you've got a trusted friend who you're thinking of, and then they call you, ask them, hey, I was thinking of you. When were you thinking of calling me? If there's someone in your life that's safe, that you can ask about these experiences just to test it. I think one of the greatest disservices that has been done to us is this idea that intuition is this special, otherworldly thing. I do not think it is at all. I think it's part of how we're built, and I think it's part of how we're constructed. It's just we were talked out of it, and we were told to be afraid of it. It's actually a natural part of our sensory evolution here as beings, and it's a part of our power and our skill, our ability, and it's also a part of our safety. Having an intuition helps you discern and decide where to go, who to go with. You have that gut feeling or that gut knowing. Well, telepathic intuition is more showing up now for more people, where you might be thinking of someone and they call you, or you might be having thoughts about someone and wondering if they're okay, and then the next day they tell you, I've been having a really rough time. So that's what that will look like, and it's increasing in frequency, which is a good thing. Okay, theme number 3 on the inner world side. You are allowed to be you. You are allowed to be you. Where is this experience not showing up in your life? Or where is the opposite reality being shown to you? Notice where you are allowed to be you, and notice where you aren't. Don't confuse this with being liked and accepted or appreciated or everything going your way. But know you are allowed to be you. This is the end of people pleasing. So firstly, you are allowed to be you. I see a sentence like that as I'm receiving it and typing it out, and I think, God, there are so many places in the world, in our world right now, where we're being told we aren't allowed to be us on so many levels. So on the outer world, we're having a lot of the opposite being affirmed to us, certainly by the existing systems that have control. But on a personal level, partly because of that, you will be less tolerant of modifying yourself, people-pleasing, staying silent, because you're going to feel more raw. And you're going to feel the need for you to be fully you in a time like this. We all need to be as fully us as we can right now. So notice where you are allowed and where you aren't. Notice the people in your life who are happy for you to be you. And notice the people who want to judge you, belittle you, shame you, try and tell you off for being you. And just notice that and go, might not be able to hang out with these people quite as much right now because that doesn't feel true to me. I'm being stopped by another human. But remember, and this is really important, don't confuse you being you with a guarantee that you're going to be liked, accepted, appreciated, or everything's going to go your way. That's very different. Those are two very different things. People-pleasing might lead you to some of those outcomes. But actually, when you're fully yourself, there will be some people that won't like you, or won't like what you said, or won't like what you did because they're in opposition, or they have a judgmental opinion about you, and there's nothing you can do about that. There's nothing you can do about that. So know that you are allowed to be you, and that the part of you that perhaps used to modify yourself or people please or stay silent, you don't need to do that anymore unless you choose to. If it's painful for you to do that now, you're going to find yourself busting out of it and remembering, I am allowed to be myself. We are all going to die one day. And of course, the soul is not going to die, but we as humans in this identity, in this form of us, we are all going to die at some point. And the wisdom that we learn from people who are at the end of their life or know they haven't got much life left to live, they all say, I wish I'd just been more myself. They say other things too, but that's one of the things they say, the things that they're worrying about or societal concerns, they go out the window. This is that kind of time. So good luck with your journey of remembering you are allowed to be you. It's a journey and it's an uncovering, but it's an important one. Finally, anger, sadness, and grief as movement toward expression and making changes anger, sadness, and grief as movement toward expression and making changes. Remember, these feelings and emotions often come up for us before we make a big shift in our life or before our perception or experience of life really changes. So anger, sadness, and grief, there is a lot of that going around right now, and it may have been moving through you, but sometimes it's what moves you towards expressing yourself differently or making changes you need to make. So interesting, you know, as I say those words, making changes you need to make, I'm like, God, this is a time on earth where a lot of people understandably would be afraid to make changes or would be hesitant about making changes or would think, oh, I'm just going to wait for everything to calm down before I make changes. And that's not the message I'm hearing. I'm hearing if you feel like you need to make a change, do it. And again, make the change you're sure of or that you feel pretty confident in. Don't make a change you're very, very hesitant about or you have a lot of fear about it. That's telling you your body isn't ready to move into it. You might be thinking about it, you might get there, or it might just be good for you to sit in the possibility of it. But if your fear is so strong it's going to unground your action, wait is always my advice. But a lot of you will be able to make really powerful changes in April, despite the wavy world, despite the tumult that we're seeing. It's going to be a month of big action, and that's not just action in the outer world, it's action that we will take, and we will make some big moves. So good luck with everything you're doing. And to bring all of this together, I'd like to invite you to just do a little meditation with me. I did this last month and many of you commented you liked it, so we're gonna do that again. And by the way, if you watch this every month on YouTube, please hit subscribe. It's free to do and it supports everything we do here at the channel. And it will also, if you hit the notification bell, you'll be told whenever I put new free videos out. And I put many free videos out every single month. So please do that if you are a long-time watcher but you haven't yet subscribed. Okay, let's take a moment together. So we just took in a lot of information. We maybe moved through a certain amount of emotion, movement, energy, but let's just take 3 steady breaths. So in through the nose, nice and steady, and out through the mouth. And one more. And if you wish to, take your palms face down, place one over your belly button, your navel, and place one over the center of your chest, your heart chakra. And we're just going to say a few affirmations together. And as with any affirmations, do not say them unless you want to. Listen to what I say, and if you agree that it's right for you to say it, then you can repeat it with me the second time. I am allowed to be here on earth. I am allowed to be here on earth. I came here for these times of movement. I came here for these times of movement. I am attracting love into my life. I am attracting love into my life. I am visualizing a more peaceful world. I am visualizing a more peaceful world. I am allowed to be me in this world. I am allowed to be me in this world. I am a vessel of light, and I allow myself to receive light now. I am a vessel of light, and I allow myself to receive light now. I will find my community in all of its forms. I will find my community in all of its forms. I am ready to know oneness and love. I am ready to know oneness and love. I am here today as love. I am here today as love. And we'll take 3 breaths in through the nose, nice and steady, out through the mouth. Okay. Hello everyone, welcome to the energy update for December 2020 for us energetically, psychologically and emotionally. For the past 14 years, you and I have been meeting each month for the energy updates. If those messages have supported you online, my upcoming world tour, The Oneness Experience, is your chance to step into that energy live in the room. In this 3-hour live evening in beautiful theatres around the world, I will read the energy of the room and channel teachings for you and the group who show up. We'll explore what you're moving through right now, release anything heavy, and reconnect you with your own wisdom and power. And with my musical partner Devor Bozique's live music interwoven throughout the night, it becomes a full journey for expanding the heart and settling the nervous system. I invite you to join me in person for an unforgettable evening in a city near you and take the next step in your personal evolution.